In a world where people judge you based on the color of your skin. Can you believe that? It's 2018 and people who still do this? Anyway, I digress. A black and Asian couple, Yuri and Bruce, team up with the legendary Lily Petals, James, the Somi, and Yuri. Wait, Yuri is 2 Yuris? Well, okay then. They team up for an interview that will change the world as we know it. As we know it.
Hey guys, this is Bruce.
And this is me, Yuri.
And we're here with our mentor, Lily Petals. A little bit of history from my perspective of Lily Petals is that Yuri and I, we start doing instructional videos on K1 green card stuff. And it wasn't until we saw Lily Petals' video that we felt like it was like okay for us to do like a regular vlog. Like we saw how she's doing it, we're like, oh, really? Okay. And so you've been a big inspiration to us. I'm sure you get that a lot because you're a trailblazer in our little world of black and Asian couples coming together. So it's really an honor for you to be for us to be here with you. For you to be here with us. I don't know how to say it. I'm kind of nervous.
This is an honor, but I mean, we're friends now.
for us to sit here with you.
Yes.
For you to be here with us. So,
baby,
that being said, Lily Petals.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily. I'm from South Korea, and I'm married to a Kenyan guy. Right now we live in the United States. We have 2 beautiful girls, and our first daughter's name is Yuri. So yeah,
Team Yuri.
Yeah. So and then we have Yuri and the Somi, and yeah, like he said, we vlog about our family life and our cultural differences, and me as a Korean woman living in the United States. And then I also try to teach our kids my language as well. So I want them to grow bilingual, hopefully trilingual, because also my husband can speak another language other than English. So yeah, we're just sharing our life with our audience, and we enjoy it.
Okay, my first question is what inspired you to even start doing videos?
So when I dated James in Korea back like quite a while ago, like 8-9 years ago, yeah, when I was dating him, my parents are not really, approving our relationship because there are many different reasons. The first reason was the culture difference and the language barrier. My parents can't really speak English and stuff, so they're just, yeah. And then also on top of that, he has different skin color, and this black skin color can be associated with I don't know, poverty, Africa, or gangster, black, you know what I mean, all that kind of stuff.
It's a negative connotation.
Very negative, yeah, very negative.
Unfortunately.
So, I mean, it was 10 years ago, right? So, it was even worse. So, yeah, they were not really happy for my relationship with my boyfriend at the time. So, just one day, the first, the reason that I got on YouTube was I just wanted to put some videos out there that are on my cell phone, out of storage. So I put out some videos that I made with James, we're just goofing off. And then I found out there are other people putting some videos and they're asking some questions. So there was one girl who was a white girl who was dating a Vietnamese guy at the time, actually, and she was her boyfriend family was very against the relationship. Wow. And they really hated her. So she was asking like, why is it all Asian family like that, or like what's going on? I want to know, what I mean? She was just really genuinely curious about it. So I kind of told her at the time you could actually reply with a video. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. Yeah,
I wish they had that again. I remember that.
So
I remember that. Yeah, that's when.
Yeah. But then they eliminated it.
Yeah,
for some reason.
Right? Yeah. So I made a video replying to that video saying like, hey, I'm Korean, I'm Asian, as you can see, and yeah, my parents are not really, approving our relationship. Maybe because I think we want to preserve our cultures, and it's just, I'll just give them my background and my relationship story. So then that video kind of got some attention, and then people started asking me like, okay, how are you guys doing? Like, are you doing okay with your boyfriend and stuff? And so I started talking to my audience, updating, what's going on, and so I told them like, okay, today my parents actually kind of saw my boyfriend because we're around our house, like walking, and so I was kind of kept updating, and then it became gradually,
That's good.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah,
good. I've seen like more recent videos where it's James, your mom, and you guys are joking around, seem so happy. Has it changed? Has it gotten better?
Yeah, so actually even before we got married, we got approval.
Nice.
Okay. That's good.
So I had to work hard, but it took them, I think, like just about a year to actually like say okay, and I mean, if you really love him, then go for it, go for it.
That's good.
Because they can't really do anything to, they can't really do anything to stop me, right?
Yeah.
And I was so in love with him, so they're like, okay, if you really love him, if you think that he's the right person, then we trust you. And it's great that we had always that trust, among our family. Yeah, so I think it didn't really take us really long time, for them to finally accept it, but it took us a good 1 year.
My favorite thing about your content is how you encourage your kids to embrace their culture, their beauty, their hair. Because I have Malaysian kids, and so those really touch me, like in a very intimate, like very close way, because those are the same challenges that I deal with them embracing their culture. Is so important. I really like that. There was one video you did where you went to like I don't know if it was a Malaysian or it was an Asian Pacific Islander convention, and you were meeting other Black and Asian couples. It was just such a positive thing, like to embrace culture,
Yeah.
So that's my favorite thing about your channel. I mean, that positivity that you bring, especially to the kids.
Because I mean, those mainstream media doesn't portray that. We don't see those people who look like us portrayed very positively. Our eyes get always being made fun of. Just, and our those hairs, they call it crazy sometimes. But I just want to show people that, hey, we are beautiful, and you agree or not, you agree with me or not, but I'm really trying to tell people that, like, hey, we're happy,
okay.
we're beautiful, and we're okay. And then even though we come from different background, different culture, maybe different skin or whatever, we're all people, and we can be happy together.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And then those culture exchanges, it even makes it even more exciting and fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I agree.
And then we can learn.
Yes.
Because your perspective, it gets widened.
Exactly.
You're right. Yeah. I got a question. What did you do to convince your mom and dad about your relationship?
So a lot of people actually want to, they ask me questions. Actually, the other day I made a video, very similar video, but it was just briefly I talked about it while Korean TV show was interviewing me. But
she was on a Korean TV show, like in Korea, on cable TV in Korea. Isn't it crazy?
But basically, I just told them, you know what? It's not going to be hard, because the reason that they were against my relationship was, if you have kids, they will have a hard time. They'll have a discrimination, and people will really, see them differently. And maybe you might be okay, but what about your kids? Your kids are the one that's suffering, And then I'm like, I don't see it as suffering. And I told parents that I'm ready, and I know they are beautiful no matter what people say, and I don't need their approval, right? So as long as I'm strong and I know my kids are beautiful, then it doesn't matter what other people say. So I kept telling them I wouldn't. Basically, I don't care, you know.
Yeah.
And you don't need to worry about those kind of stuff.
Right.
Yeah. And also, my mom was the one that very sort of like you know, not, how can I say, she wanted my husband to be able to communicate with her, but she can't really speak English well, so so she wanted, you know, my husband to know some Korean.
Yeah.
So when James actually started learning Korean, and then he was starting to communicate, you know, better, and she saw that, you know, him trying to learn the language. And so that also helped her, like, okay, you know, this guy really trying, and yeah, he's willing to learn, you know, the culture and language. So that sort of you know, changed my mom. And then my dad, yeah, just basically I kept talking, you know. I knew they didn't want to talk about it. They said, like, don't talk about it. You're not gonna marry him, you know? Like, don't talk about it, you know? But I kept talking about it. Like, I'm serious. Like, my dad really didn't like it. But I kept talking about it, like, Dad, you know? Like, I like this guy.
Happen.
Yeah, it's gonna happen. And then don't worry, you know? Don't worry too much about, you know,
what other people think.
And as long as I'm okay, they'll grow up to be beautiful, you know? And I know I grew up with all the nice education. My parents really did a lot, you know? And I got a lot of, you know, good education. So I knew I will raise my kids, you know, like, well. And I'll raise them to be a smart, intelligent, you know, people.
Speaking of smart, they are very smart, bilingual, fluent in Korean and English. Like, going back and forth, it's amazing. I had another question. Actually, there was a question from one of our subscribers, IQ Patch. Remember, he asked a question about somebody in his family said disparaging terms about his Asian Filipina girlfriend. Was saying, like, very racial things. How do you deal with that? Have you ever had to deal with that? And then how did you deal with it?
Like someone
saying, like, somebody from your,
they have the accent, or
basically one of our subscribers said his sister was saying, like, racially sensitive things about his Filipino, kind of like making fun of her. You know, how did that ever happen to you? And how do you deal with it?
I don't think it ever happened to me, but if that ever happened to me, I think, okay, so if ever happened to somebody that I know, like, for example, you know, someone said it to you, then I would say you should be the one that, you know, speak up to them, and then, because she can.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and
respect.
also, yeah, and then everybody has, you know, different accents, and also you have to point out that she actually speaks 2 languages.
Yes.
And you speak only 1 language.
And you don't speak it very well, by the way.
Or spell it well.
So I think it's the husband's or boyfriend's job to stand up and then say, like, hey, you know.
Wow, that's great advice.
Yeah, and everybody has different accents.
Yeah, you gotta stand up for your partner. You know, it's your job to stand up for either side, black or the Asian side, or if you're white, whatever. You have to stand up for your partner.
Because if your husband or boyfriend gets like, oh, you know, like, oh yeah, right, you know, that shows the weakness. And exactly same thing. I always tell a lot of moms, you know, Asian moms who have Blasian kids, or Korean moms especially, you know, have Blasian kids. They worry about a lot of stuff, you know, like, oh, you know, my kid's having this curly hair, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, already you showing your weakness. Yeah. That's, you know.
confrontation. I noticed like you confront the problem, like you aggressively confront the problem, but in a positive way. And that's so. That is such an inspiration. Like that's how everyone should be. I think, but like the way that she. If you watch her channel, you got to check out her channel. It's Lily Petals World. Okay, and we're gonna put the link in the description below. We're gonna put a tag, all that kind of stuff. But check her out. Like she hits problems, especially look at her old stuff. Like she'll hit problems head on in a very positive but very aggressively positive way. And I really love that about you. So
to where you're, if you opposed, then after the video it's like you have nothing else to say.
At the very least you're gonna laugh, because it's like the way you're confronting the problem is it's hilarious. Like, so that's great.
Yeah. And I think, you know, a person's accent doesn't define how smart, how intelligent, or the IQ the person is, you know? Like you're really smart, and you just taught us a lot of things what to do on our channel.
Definitely.
So thank you so much.
Huge. That's great. So
yeah, if somebody has an accent, that means they speak 2 languages.
Or 3.
Yeah, or 3, 4, you know? So, yeah, if you think in that way, then, yeah.
Confront them aggressively, positively, you know. So I think that's it, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Lily Petals, for being on our channel.
Thank you so much.
It's such a pleasure to meet you and James and your beautiful children. When you messaged us and said, "Hey, I'm gonna be in Colorado," we were like, "Oh God, we gotta get over there."
Yeah,
she was screaming. She's like, "Okay, let's get over there. We're gonna. Okay, what are we gonna do? Okay, what do we need? Get the camera. Charge the drone. Look at that. Come on."
We were like,
we were going crazy.
We need to be prepared that way.
Thanks for the excitement. I mean, it means a lot, and I like people who, you know, ready to meet us, you know, right? And then once you're ready, you know, but you make the opportunity, and
we were like, we weren't sure if it's gonna happen, but we were like, we're gonna prepare anyway. That way, if you showed up, okay, we are ready.
We'll just camp out all day in Denver. We'll just, where are they? Let's just camp. No, just kidding.
But we're friends now. Yeah, we're friends now. Really.
Yeah, we're gonna meet in the future.
Yeah.
And I would like to say, kamsamnida.
Oh, kamsamnida.
That's my one word I know.
That's the only word you know.
Yes, thank you.
All right, guys, thumbs up, like and subscribe. Make sure you check out Lily Petals World. See you guys later.
Thank you so much, guys, for your continuous support.
Wow, that was awesome.
That was smooth.
Wow,
you're like bam, 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 bam. Wow.
Ready to talk? Right?
That's why you have
Ready to talk.
200,000
So where should I
You're
sit?
right there.
Yeah. Okay.
You're the star, so it's gonna be boom, boom.
Oh, you already started?
When we edit, I'm just testing right now. When we edit, we'll just, it'll switch back so it's not as boring.
Yeah.
So.
I do that all the time too, but kind of too late. But yeah, also just for the backup camera, you never know. Sometimes the sound is not good. I'm like, okay, I have the backup one.
Can you see me on there? Should I move closer?
No, not really. You have to.
There.
What about this one?
Yuri. Well, this one will be you. Like when you're talking, and then we want to boom, focus, and then boom. We even tried like micing people up. It's way too much trouble. We're like,
yeah. Since there's a mic here, so.
Yeah, and then that mic works so good. It's so loud. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, thanks.
jump to the puddle. How to be careful to the puddle.
This is behind the scenes of the Lily Petals interview with me, Bruce. And look at this beautiful home. Look at this. It's so nice. There's Yuri. That's Sony. And that beautiful baby there. So nice. Very open. This is BJ's house. And there we go.
Yeah, so they're gonna interview me.
Maybe James will be back from his 100-mile bike ride. I was gonna go with him, but I was like, I usually only do 200 miles. So I had to, you know.
After this interview, I'm gonna interview them as well. So I'm sure you guys are quite interested in their story. But yeah, let's get into.
Alright, oh look at this, I'm in this one too. Good. Can you see me now, or should I?
Nice. Okay, you gotta move a little bit.
Maybe this one will be both of you guys. It can focus on a bit more.
Oh, no, it's
You're
gonna be with you.
Yeah, you have to come.
Okay.
That way you're
Is that
here.
better?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay.
All right. Okay, are you ready? Which camera are we gonna do?
Which one are we gonna do?
That one's more clear and the voice is super loud.
Okay, that one.
So
we
and then
should
we
get
can.
this one.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I'll do.
As we know it. Okay. In a world where people judge you on the color of your skin. Can you believe that? It's 2018 and we still have to deal with this? Anyway, I digress. A black and Asian couple, Yuri and Bruce, team up with the legendary Lily Petals, James, Desomi, and Yuri. There's 2 Yuris then? All right. They team up for an interview that will change the world as we know it. As we know it. As we know it. As we know it.